What's good, 2K family? Today's video is jam-packed with big updates for the game, as well as what I've been doing over 100+ hours. I'm almost at 200 hours, to be honest with you guys. And we're going to get into tons of stuff with this game at this very state. It's going to help you prepare yourself for what's to come and so much more. All right, lock in. Let's do it. Like, subscribe, and comment. If you rock with me, you know what it is. I need y'all support. It takes 2 seconds, man. Let's do it. Here goes. First things first. We put out a patch, and supposedly we're going to test this out, and I need y'all to let me know in the comments if everything is fixed, because they definitely said it's a big update and they worked on it. So I'm not going to go through every single detail, but a couple of key things. There's been an event has ended over and over on the city in different modes. That is supposedly fixed. Secondly, they've restored the cap breakers from people who've left the crews. So if you left the crew, you would have a minus cap breaker. Now you don't, which is very cool. And by the way, I do have a crew. It's kind of more chill now. I've realized I just want people that want to run and enjoy the game. So feel free to join and just hang out with us, if anything, on our stream or whatever. I'm going to have events for the community in the near future, and everybody can get involved. But all that being said, now is the time. Let's talk about the overall experience. There has no updates for gameplay just yet. They literally haven't patched one thing, is what the developers said. Whether that's true or not, you know, we have to wait and see. I'm excited about that because that just means we have possibility of them not destroying the game with a patch that can nerf or kill the fun factor. I love this year because it feels like there's a variety of builds and you can't just make, you know, the same build. Everybody does the same exact build. And we're going to get into that conversation about like what is good, what is not in a moment with my update, my personal update on my gameplay. But this is very important because no patches, and it's 2 weeks in, right? It's literally a week and a half in from the official release. But early access was last week, so it's 2 weeks going on 3 almost. So with all that in mind, I want y'all to think about one thing. All right, this game is fun. And maybe you're not having fun for some specific reason. Leave it in the comments on what you're personally feeling or thinking about the game. There's no wrong answers here, man. I mean, I'm enjoying it. I have 2 builds only, and they're both amazing in their own ways. And I kind of mastered the builder for the second build. The first build is just fire. You're watching the highlights right now. It's actually insane, and it was originally one of those builds that we make to be able to just get out there and ball out at all costs, at any mode, and just kind of be a contributing factor offensively while still being amazing defensively. You see all the blocks I'm getting in this game. I'm telling you, this build is nuts, and that's something I personally love. And it's not that I'm the greatest player, guys. Like, you're not sitting here like, oh, he's the top player in the world competitively or even rep wise. I can care less about both of those things. I play for tournaments and make some bread, sure, but this build was made to just be a monster. And I want to talk about it for a second, just to kind of showcase and give y'all the rundown on what I did for the build to be this good, and then tell y'all what I'm feeling or thinking out there after over 200 hours. I mean, almost 200 hours. Okay. So this is my 6.8. We're going to showcase that, but I want to just show y'all that I'm not just some guy on a YouTube video. I have 159 hours. That's too much. Don't judge me. I pretty much full-time this game right now. And so it's a 6.8 amazing build that can do pretty much a lot of everything. Now, I want to talk about key things that I've learned. This is kind of a pre-video that I have already coming up in the channel later, hinting at it, which is an amazing video that I'll talk about soon. But this is the key right here. Things like blocks. A 78 on a 6'8 player feels phenomenal. You're watching the highlights. I've been destroying people with blocks nonstop. All right. Steals hasn't been really that effective. I'm mostly getting bumps when people do behind the backs. That's kind of like the main way I steal. So this isn't a good rating to say the least, but it's helpful. I'm not doing very slow steals. So it's decent enough. It's passable for somebody who isn't a defensive lockdown on this build. But the blocks are very much, you have to have this threshold if you want to really dominate, in my opinion. Right. And I'll talk about that a little more on my second build. And then for perimeter, I'm staying in front of people. The only difference I need for what I would say is 83 was very well to stay in front of people. The only problem I'm having is a little bit of speed, and I'm going to put that up. So when I'm playing the 6'1s, 6'3s in between there, the small guards, I have to work to stay with them. I'm not getting cooked, but it would help if I had a little more speed and agility. But I've been staying in front of them for the most part, and even if they do something good, I can just basically chase them down and block it. But I would definitely boost up this a little bit. If you want to be like a true lockdown, I would boost this up. Okay, those are key things that I'm seeing at the moment. There's going to be a long discussion about strength we'll get into another day, but we're going to just kind of go down the list to give you guys some things. This is the meta right here. There's not a lot of metas that I would say go into this game, but 86 dribbles to unlock specific animations and badges, and then a 75 speed with ball gives you perfect dribbling. I can boost this up to an 80, which I'll talk about cap breakers later. If I boost it up to an 80, I have even better, but overall, this is all you need to meet the thresholds. Okay. Then shooting is exaggerated. All right, a 92, I feel like I can shoot from half court with this build. It's not like a shooting crazy build, but it's amazing with a 92. I pretty much can shoot from anywhere, do fades. I feel so comfortable with this build. Shooting wise, I'm very, very happy with that. Okay. And an 82 for mid-range, I feel like it's the same as for my 3. Like, you know, I'm good to go. So I definitely recommend this. Then I want to talk about contact dunking. An 89, I have this at a 92 just now. I put this up today, but 89 is all I need, and I'm yamming like crazy. And so it is top tier. And then an 80 for layups. I am very specific with layups. I have really good overall capabilities. Now, I put this up to a 71 because I want to play 5s with this build. And I originally had it at a 67 just because I'm going to be in the 2s and 3s and 1s a lot. And I said, let me go ahead and boost this up a little to give it some flavor. You don't need this, honestly, especially if you're not the main point guard. But if you're going to play the main point guard, you want to have a 70 or higher. It's just the most reliable for when people won't fumble the ball. But this build is crazy. And this is fun. And now I got cap breakers. I'm just going to get dunks just so I can be ridiculous out there. That's going to be the goal. And then I'll probably put some speed. I'll probably just boost up my speed to be able to keep up with the guards. If I put this at an 89, we're good. You was watching this build video, the specialization is shooting. I don't need any shooting cap breakers. So I'm going to use those cap breakers on speed, like I said. So I'm going to go to speed, two cap breakers right in here. I'm going to have 88, and I can keep up with these guys pretty easily with that speed. And then for badges, as you see, I have all shooting badges on gold. I got set shot specialist on legend, right? And then lightning launcher on Hall of Fame. Through this setup right here, as you can see, everything is good to go. Max plus 2s, these are key for your game. And I promise you, once you have this 2 right here, you know, these, I'm going to switch it up and have even more in my build once I get the shooting specializations and the crew. But this, to me, is the most fun build to play with because you don't have a weakness. You can defend well. You're able to dribble, shoot, and finish extremely well. Only thing you don't have a weakness on is rebounding, but you're guarding the point guards this whole time. So you don't need rebounds to be high. You can get it over them because you have a 60. You know, these 6'2" guys that you're probably guarding don't have rebound at all. So you're going to get it with the vertical. And that's pretty much it. And I want to kind of update y'all on a couple things. Custom takeovers, I've been experimenting. I don't have one that I would say is the most reliable, but for a 6'8", you want to have some speed with ball. As you can see, pretty much all of my custom takeovers have speed with ball. And this is a trick that you don't know, but it's very important. What it does is you have a low speed with ball 75 and you got it up to a 90 with this one. And then you have a sharp shooting take ability, which just crazy good. Then I have one for deep threes and I have one for ISO, having stamina to dribble a lot. And then I put one for passing when I play Pro-Am. I want to try to, be a facilitator. And that's literally it. And I promise you, this is a crazy good build. I'm gonna go through animations very briefly. We're not gonna go too crazy on this. I have a video like this for you to see. You have Zach LaVine and all the regular stuff that I have on here. The only thing that I've been changing a lot is two different things. Behind the backs, I love Cody White is my number one because it's really fast. I've been experimenting with everybody else's, just kind of really small, quick ones, really like weak ones, like Devin Booker's, for example. I've been trying to do slower ones and less explosive to experiment with my dribbles. So I can just make it look like I'm going to be speed burst and I won't speed burst and then break in. That's kind of what I've been doing, changing, experimenting, let's just say. But I recommend, by the way, I recommend Cody if you can get it. This is very key. 85 ball handle. That's why I have an 86. And then the other one that I've been using a lot is Vince Carter for step backs. But my favorites outside of this one is Devin Booker. All around, it has the best 3 step backs, the moving step back, the standstill step back. I really like what you can do with this. There's a lot of variety there, and this is my personal favorite. But Vince Carter is very good because you get a lot of room, and you can use it on some amazing stuff as you go forward. So definitely recommend this. Okay. Then the rest of these dribbles, they're interchangeable except for the Zach LaVine is a must. And then the rest of these, I've been tweaking and playing with. And then as far as hop jumpers, the reason I use normal is because it breaks ankles. It's just really good for casual, like, let me do a quick step. I'm going to do a step back. I want to try to break an ankle. And that's kind of why I use it. I'll be getting into all of that in the future. And then my layup package is crazy. So these are all super aggressive. Everything you see here is like, I want to get to the basket. I want to score on you quick. I want to be effective, not necessarily flashy, not necessarily, finesse, just like aggressive kind of things to do. And last but not least, if there's something else in here, my go-to shot, I've been cheesing it with the same old go-to shots that I've used before, but there's plenty of different ones that you can use. And the jumper that I'm using, I don't even know what jumper I'm. Oh, let's see, the JR Cord. Okay, so JR Smith, Cover, and this is right here is Luga at 82. Then Kyle Cover 18 with the base of JR Smith. Take a screenshot. And then now we're going to go into dunks very quickly. We're not going to talk too much. The contact dunks are all you need. And then quick drops, in my opinion, are the best in the game. Easily the best. And then last but not least, these are some of the dump packages that I personally feel are viable for a build like this. If you can get them, they help you a lot. Right? They have very fast, very effective dunks that can hardly get blocked. You got to know how to trigger them. For example, the LeBron, I'm putting the right stick to the right, and then I'm just going to yam with his #1 tomahawk dunk, LeBron dunk. That's the dunk that I personally choose. This, all the other dunks are cool and they're good. That one right there from the free throw where he just yams it, that's all you need. And then Thompson also has fast, effective dunks where he's just aggressively getting to the rim. The moment you have space and you break someone's ankle, you just want to rush to the rim and do that. And then you have things like Derek. I like Derek. He's super aggressive and effective. And then Zach, another one that's super fast, as you can see. I don't play around with like trying to be flashy. We want to get the job done, pretty much. Go. That is the build, and this is before I get all my cap breakers. I still got 3 from the crew, which I'm trying to recruit some of y'all to help out. And then I got another definitely 4 from here. Right? From the starter 5. I'll definitely get this within a month or 2 at most. And then the last thing, I got specializations, which I haven't even finished, for shooting those 2 cap breakers. So just imagine, I got 9 cap breakers to go crazy with. I'm gonna put 3 on the dunking. It's gonna be so hardcore. And then I can put 2 from my specialization in here, right? That's 5. And then the last ones wherever I want. If I want to just make myself a better passer, be a bigger point guard for 5s, be amazing right here. And it just depends. If I'm going to take this to the pro am or keep it in the streets, I don't want to put anything on passing. I could probably boost up my speed with ball if I wanted to. It doesn't really need much. Like, the build is that good where I just feel like, hey man, I'm just adding to the monster. Okay. Now we're going to switch over to the second crazy build that y'all definitely going to love. And this is my baby right here. This is the masterpiece. I have the build on the channel and I am going to go through this. It's going to be a longer video than normal, but I think it's important to give y'all the full rundown. So this is a lockdown build. I can take this into the pro-am leagues and play for money with this build. That's how I made it originally. It's originally a pro-am build, but what I did, I spent hours, probably like 30 hours, just making builds over and over and over, just so I could make this one build and have the viability of doing everything that you're seeing on the screen, which I'm able to defend, I'm able to block, rebound, steal, I'm able to get amazing standing dunks. Anything that you can think of, this build is already almost capable of doing everything in a very high clip, all right? But originally it's supposed to be just a lockdown. That's how it was originally made. But with this mastery of cap breakers, it is so much better. And if you watch my streams, you'll see like, oh wow. And I've only had it for 2 days and you're watching highlights of me breaking ankles, me just plucking people, doing all types of stuff, clamping everybody all the time in every type of way. So it's definitely a fun build, and I recommend this one the most out of all the builds that I'm testing still right now. And then you're looking at it right here. It's a 6'6" point guard. Made it on point guard because I don't always play with a team. If I'm playing randomly full 5, I can play full court press. But the way this build is made, you can see is at 94 perimeter. This is very important because it's going to end up with a 99. Okay, so I'm going to use the cap breakers from the specialization and the crew and max that out to a 99. That will give me legend badges for all defense right there. Right? I do have a 91 steal, and the reason for this is because Flux, I'm gonna be fine once I use these specialization max plus 1s and 2s right here that you're seeing. What's gonna happen is those are gonna end up being the glove and interceptor. So glove and interceptor will end up getting buffed as well, and they'll be maxed out right here. So either way, I'm having legend badges basically on everything, and I saved a couple of badges for steals for that. And sure, the ratings could help. It was 9 points, but I promise you we're good to go. And then interior, strictly to be able to guard a center. When they come down there, you're going to be able to switch and just block and contest. The block at a 74 is amazing. If I want, I can put 2 cap breakers and then have this insane 80 block. All I needed was a 78 from the last build I told y'all. And I will do this because 78 is the best. But I'm not going to do that now. I still want to put perimeters up first, and then I'm going to use the rest to do contact dunks, which I'll get into in a minute. But that's what makes this build so crazy. The best part is right here, agility. Speed, I'm going to boost this up by 2 points as well. But agility at 92 because it unlocks all the cap breakers. I mean, all of the badges at legend. Plus, you just so fast. It was so fast. It was hard for me to keep up with myself. I was trying to play defense on somebody, and I was so fast that I was zipping back and forth in front of them, and it felt like I was Sonic the Hedgehog learning how to speed run, to be honest with you guys. And so it's perfect. This is the best. I never want to go back to low agility. I'm gonna be honest. This converted me. I have enough strength to be bumpy, but not be slow. And then vertical strictly for contact dunks and to block and get the rebounds, but a 70, you're going to out rebound all of the guards in the game for the most part. Those 6'8s probably have a 60 rebound because they use everything for all the other setups. I can contribute with the rebounds, especially with the vertical. Then we're going to get into dribbling. This is very key. You have to have it at a originally 74 ball handle and a 75 speed with ball. Remember I said 75 in my last build? Well, I found a way to get the same meta dribbles and speed with ball, and I'm amazing. Only took me 4 cap breakers, okay? And now I'm a point guard. I took this lockdown into the point guard position, and now I'm dominating with this build, okay? And you're gonna say, oh, you know, but your passing is low at 65. Listen, when I play fives, I won't be the main point guard. We'll have a true offensive point guard. But if that guy's getting locked up and he passes me the ball and I'm the secondary, I'm the shooter, guess what? I can handle the rock. I'm going to score at will, and it's game over. And I can boost this up if I want later, right? All I really need to make this the lockdown is the 5 cap breakers. But I'm going to wait because I love this passing. If I really wanted to, I can bust this up to a 70, which is all you really, really need. Now, this doesn't need any shooting because this is 83. You're going to have limitless on bronze, and you can max +1 or max +2 it if you want. Last but not least, these are the 2 key things. I had to put it at 79 driving dunk because I'm going to turn it into an 89 and have contact dunks on this later on when I really, really want to do it. And to be honest with you guys, since this is more about having fun, I'm going to probably do this first before I do the perimeter, because I got 2 specialization cap breakers for my specialization that I'm going to use on perimeter, but then the rest of my regular crew and stuff I can throw in here. And I'll just max this out and have an 89. And this is what I have on my other build, which was dominating, as you saw. On top of that, this has a better standing dunk. At 72, I'm dunking standing dunk on everybody with a 6'6". Right? So this build is the greatest thing in society for me. I could not believe I found a way to make it. And I love the builder this year because of that. And so again, as you saw, the cap breakers and stuff, right now I'm using lightning launch to have faster dribbles as a guard, and then sets out specialist. I'm going to have all legend badges once I finish up the specialization, and then I can just use these on offense and go nuts with it. Right? The build is ridiculous, okay? Absolutely ridiculous. Takeovers, speed with ball is very important. Personally, I have that right now. And then I put up my 3 a little since it's a low 3. So this is kind of the meta that I use, this one right here. And I have stamina to keep me going as the main point guard, okay? But yeah, that is the rundown, and that is the overall experience for you. Okay, make sure you do your job, get to test this out, and go forward. Now, what I want to, before I go, and this is a very long video, but I hope y'all enjoyed I jam-packed it. I didn't want to kind of separate it into 3 things. What I could say without even like thinking twice here, the truth is the meta isn't existing this year, right? 7-4s are overpowered for shooting. I'm sure they're going to help us contest it, but you still have to have a big man guarding them. You can't just have a 6-foot guard a 7-footer. You know, you remember Dirk Nowitzki, one of the greatest of all time, just shooting over people. It's possible for a guard to guard him, but again, I'm okay with the height being a factor. I think that's a part of basketball, and it's teaching us skill. So I understand people will complain and say nerf this, nerf that. I don't think you want to nerf the fun out of the game. I think we got to buff things, right? So it's like, okay, buff the contest, right? So make it so that if I do a good contest, I'm rewarded. That's what they need to do. It's not nerfing every build. Anything that's good, just nerf it. It's not okay. The mentality's wrong. We have to do better as players. And you're watching highlights from my lockdown. And literally, I was just learning the build when I was making these videos. See him breaking ankles, cooking up. But that's the thing, is y'all gotta stop asking for nerfs on everything. We have to work on being actually balanced and rewarding. The game has to be rewarding. Okay, you can't punish people because you're getting cooked on something. You know, whether it's defense, for example, it's harder to pluck. You see, I got plucks in this highlight and all that good stuff, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I want plucks to be nerfed. Matter of fact, I want them buffed, but I want them to be balanced. You know, last year we were over spoiled because you think about how crazy you're capable of just rushing somebody and blitzing them or just plucking automatic. Last year people were brain dead trying to pluck. This year you have to really work for it, figure it out. And so I love that, and I don't think we should trip on that. And then also jumping to contest is a real life thing. And that's a good thing that they put into the game, in my opinion. So don't get mad, get glad. But yeah, so those are just some thoughts that I wanted to share about things that we should be doing and thinking about when it comes to this year. And my personal experience, you know, I felt very good when I played fives, and you can see that there was many different type of builds and different things that were really solid of an experience, and it makes it fun, and you got to have that variety. And I'm sorry I haven't made a lot of build videos. Is because I've been testing my builds and trying to do authentic experiences for everybody, and I don't want to just sell you on this best build ever. Like, I'm having conversations with top players, I'm having conversations with creators, we're having discussions about what is what at the moment, and I feel like people got different opinions, but a lot of stuff is starting to make sense. So I will be making more videos on all that stuff and making builds going forward from here. I don't want to just update you every day for a new, oh wait, this build I need to update it again 10 times. Like, nah, we're gonna get you the best of the best information possible. But anyway, that's the deal. Make sure you come to my streams to watch me cook up with some of these builds that I have now, and I'm going to make more in the future. Of course, I don't want to spend $1 million in VC, but this game is so fun that I'm definitely going to be making more. I have 2 already, and I'm already planning on my 3rd. I'm going to make a video about it for you guys. But other than that, hope y'all enjoyed, and make sure you hit up the Discord if you want to join the crew. I need people to help me get that XP so we can get those cap breakers, man, and vibe out and join us on the streams and stuff. Other than that, y'all be safe, take care of yourself, stay blessed. New video popping up on screen now. Catch you. Peace.